children, it's assembly number 2 and it's week 2. We have now been with each other 6 days. Hello to anybody who is at home. I hope that you are okay. We are missing you and hoping to see you very soon. Right, shall we get on? I think we should. So let's do our routine. We start off with, what's the time, Mr. Wall? Well, I can see that the long hand, that's the minute hand, is on the number 6. And I know that means, yes, you're right, it's past. And I look to the short hand, the hour hand, to see where that is. And the short hand is halfway between the 12 and the 1. Now, I know we always go to the number that we said first, which was, that's right, 12. So we put it all together and it is... That's right, 12:30. 12:30 at night, 12:30 in the day, hopefully having your lunch and moving around outside at playtime. Okay, now I said that we were going to think about poetry. Now, if you've been walking around the school, you might have seen our poetry display, and I'm going to show that to you in one moment. Good, isn't it? There's lots and lots of books on there, and I know that some of you will really want to share some of those books with each other. So at lunchtime, if you come and ask me, you can sit in and look at the books, but there can only be 5 children in there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so it's first come, first served. And if we start getting lots of people, what Mrs. Lee will do is say to the 5 that started, you now need to go outside so we can let another 5 children in. Does that sound fair? Yeah, I think so. And what must you always do? That's right, you must wash your hands before you look at the books and afterwards. On National Poetry Day, obviously people will be reading poems. Now we know that because that is our Makaton sign, poetry. All right, now you have been listening to poems since you were very tiny. If you know this one, listen. Humpty Dumpty sat on the wall, Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. All the king's horses and all the king's men couldn't put Humpty together again. Now that is a nursery rhyme. It is a little poem. It has rhyming words in it, but not all poems have to have rhyming words in it. It might make you smile, it might make you giggle, but I certainly think that when you were very tiny, you liked listening to it. And that's what it's about. It's about liking listening or reading the poems. So one of the books that I've picked up is this one, and it's called Funky Poems. And one of the poems inside, when I was looking through it, is one that I used to hear when I was very little, and it makes me smile. So I thought I'd share it with you. Is that okay? All right then. So good listening ears, children. All right then, here we go. Daddy fell into the pond, and it's written by a man called Alfred Noyes. Okay, there's a few little pictures just to share with you first of all. Okay, so listen carefully. Everyone grumbled, the sky was grey, we had nothing to do and nothing to say. We were nearing the end of a dismal day, and there seemed to be nothing beyond. Then Daddy fell into the pond, and everyone's face grew merry and bright, and Timothy danced with sheer delight. Give me the camera, quick, oh quick, he's crawling out of the duckweed, click. Then the gardener suddenly slapped his knee and doubled up shaking silently. And the ducks all quacked as if they were daft. And it sounded as if the old drake laughed. Oh, there wasn't a thing that didn't respond when Daddy fell into the pond. Now I haven't got a pond at home, and my daddy doesn't live with me. But gosh, if I saw my daddy fall into the pond, I think it would make me laugh. Would it make you laugh? Now there's lots and lots of different poems that you can read. Some are sad poems, some are happy poems. Some poems are about themes like machines or seaside or food. Now I'm going to stop talking because some of our teachers are going to share some of their favourite poems with you. So you need good listening ears, and I hope that you enjoy. Ready? 3, 2, 1.
Hi everyone. This is a poem called Halfway Down, and it's written by A.A. Milne. Halfway down the stairs, is a stair where I sit. There isn't any other stair quite like it. I'm not at the bottom, I'm not at the top. So this is the stair where I always stop.
Hello everyone. As it is National Poetry Day this week, and as it is also spring, I have picked a little book of poems called Flower Fairies of the Garden, and it is by Cicely M. Barker. And I have chosen a few of my favourites in there, which I would like to read to you. This first one is called Narcissus, which is a flower which looks a bit like a daffodil. So you might see them out and about at this time of year. There are also some lovely illustrations in this book that have been drawn by the same person who wrote the poems. Brown bulbs were buried deep, now from the kind old earth, out of the winter's sleep comes a new birth. Flowers on stems that sway, flowers of snowy white, flowers as sweet as day after the night. So does Narcissus bring tidings most glad and plain. Winter's gone, here is spring, Easter again. This next one is called Forget-me-not, which is one of my favourite flowers. Where do fairy babies lie till they're old enough to fly? Here's a likely place, I think, mid these flowers blue and pink. Pink for girls and blue for boys, pretty things for babies' toys. Let us peep now gently, why, fairy baby, here you lie, kicking there with no one by. Baby dear, how good you lie, all alone, but oh, you're not. You could never be forgot. Oh, how glad I am I found you, with forget-me-nots around you. Blue the colour of the sky, fairy baby, hush-a-bye. This next one is called Snapdragon. I wonder if you can see why. Into the dragon's mouth he goes, never afraid is he. There's honey within for him, he knows, clever old bumblebee. The mouth snaps tight, he is lost to sight. How will he ever get out? He's doing it backwards, nimbly too, though he is somewhat stout. Off to another mouth he goes, never a rest has he. He must fill his honey bag full, he knows, busy old bumblebee. And Snapdragon's name is only a game, it isn't as fierce as it sounds. The Snapdragon elf is pleased as punch when Bumble comes on his rounds. And this last one that I will read is called Marigold. Great sun above me in the sky, so golden, glorious and high. My petals, see, are golden too. They shine but cannot shine like you. I scatter many seeds around, and where they fall upon the ground, more marigolds will spring, more flowers, to open wide in sunny hours. It is because I love you so, I turn to watch you as you go. Without your light no joy could be. Look down, great sun, and shine on me. Well, I hope you enjoyed those poems, everyone. And maybe you could look out for some of these flowers in your garden or on a walk. Take care, everyone. Bye.
Hello children, I just want to share one of my favourite poems with you. It's called Please Mrs Butler. I hope you enjoy it.
Please Mrs Butler, imagine you're a child in a class and you ask your teacher 5 questions during the day. That's not very many, is it, 5? But if there are 30 of you, that makes 150 questions a day, 750 questions a week, 3,000 questions a month, and if we say 10 months in the year, that's 30,000 questions a year. If a teacher teaches for 10 years, that's 300,000 questions. And this, of course, explains the situation which most children understand, which is that all school teachers are crazy. Please, Mrs. Butler. Please, Mrs. Butler, this boy, Derek Drew, keeps copying my work, miss. What shall I do? Go and sit in the hall, dear. Go and sit in the sink. Take your books on the roof, my lamb. Do whatever you think. Please, Mrs. Butler, this boy, Derek Drew, keeps taking my rubber, miss. What shall I do? Keep it in your hand, dear. Hide it up your vest. Swallow it if you like, my love. Do what you think best. Please, Mrs. Butler, this boy, Derek Drew, keeps calling me rude names, miss. What shall I do? Lock yourself in the cupboard, dear. Run away to sea. Do whatever you can, my flower. But don't ask me.
Wow, they were lovely, weren't they? Thank you so much to all the grown-ups that have shared their favourite poems with us. Right, we are going to read one more poem before we go, all right? Okay? Are you ready? Oh, this is one that I used to say all the time, okay? It's a bit of a riddle, all right? It's called As I Was Going to St Ives, and I bet you, lots of you have been to St Ives, haven't you? It's only around the corner. So it goes like this. I'll just show you the picture first. As I was going to St Ives, I met a man with 7 wives. Every wife had 7 sacks, and every sack had 7 cats. Every cat had 7 kits. Kits, cats, sacks, wives. How many were going to St Ives? Now, if you can find out the answer, come and tell me on the playground. I would love to know. Okay, children, we're going to finish there with our school prayer. Ready? Sit up really smartly for me. Help me to do the things I should, to be to others kind and good. In all my work and all my play, to grow more loving every day. Amen. Okay. All right. Enjoy the poems. I hope to see lots of you reading them and sharing them with me, your favourite ones. Bye.